final 5 then faced off in an immunity challenge that had them race to a series of stations to count objects and memorize the numbers. Players would then enter the numbers they counted into a combination lock. If they had the numbers correct, it would unlock a bag of letter tiles, which they would then use to solve a word puzzle.
He's got it. Matt's opened his bag. Megan does not have it. Does not have it.
Check.
Matt thinks he has it. He does.
Matt ran away with the challenge and secured his spot in the final 4.
It's definitely Matt. Matt is a huge threat
Oh,
for the final 3. I know.
So he just has to not win next time
Correct.
because now he's got like multiple immunities under his belt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like he also came from the absolute bottom. His origin story is
clawed his way
beautiful.
up. Yeah.
He wins
So we
hardcore.
can-
So he
The next
has to
thing he
be
doesn't
next
win.
vote. Well,
Yeah.
we only have 1 vote left, and then it's like
Yeah.
freaking final tribal.
Yeah. I would say the easy one out is Emily. And
I
then,
feel like she's got friends in here. Like
yeah,
she hasn't
and she's
made anyone
always-
mad.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
also has a great underdog story. Too.
Yeah,
But also,
100%.
exactly.
I'm fine with it, Emily, but I'm also fine just as long as it's not me.
I know,
I feel
right?
like it's
I
gonna
know.
go.
We've been on this kind of clip of trying to take out big players.
Yeah,
I personally feel like Megan's has the strongest
really.
case out there. I do. I think that she's had a lot of, Adam play was a big play.
Yeah.
I think she was somewhat behind the Brittany vote as well. So I feel like she's got a lot of ammunition if we get down to the end.
Yeah.
I know you're close with her.
I can vote if I have to, but I don't think it's the. I think Austin is the play. I don't know. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But if it has to be Megan, then it has to be Megan, you know?
I just think we're down to now's really what we're thinking, who do you want to sit next to at the end?
Yeah.
And so if it's you and I there, who's that third person?
I just don't want to bring along someone that I want to be proud of who I'm all sitting next to, you know? I don't want them to accuse me of
We'll be proud of
I'm proud
forget,
of you,
yeah, forget
but it's
whoever
like,
the other person
yeah.
is.
Can I say something that stays between you and me?
Absolutely.
Megan hasn't. So
So she's maybe safe tonight.
I
She'll play
think she's
tonight. She has to play
She
tonight.
has to. What a waste to keep it,
Okay.
you know?
I
So
also.
I feel like it has to be honest.
Matt, you're hearing a lot of these pitches. I imagine a lot of people are probably coming to you. You've got the necklace around your neck. You've got a lot of power. What are the pitches? How are you accepting them? And how does it make you think about the way you want to approach this vote?
Everybody at this point has their end game in mind. And so it's what steps do we take to get there? We're all walking this kind of tightrope, trying to figure out who we can still trust, who's got a separate agenda from what we do. And so super happy to have the necklace tonight because everyone has a different idea of what's going to happen out there.
It's either me or you. I don't know which way they're gonna swing, but I hope so.
Anyone has Immunity Idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
It's been sitting in my pants for a long time. I feel no need to risk not getting to final 4. I would like to play this.
This is an Immunity Idol. Tonight is the last night that you can play Immunity Idol. Any votes cast for Megan will not count.
No, that sounds like a pretty good idea. I want to feel safe.
Damn. This is also an immunity idol. Any votes cast for Emily will not count. All right, I'll read the votes. First vote, Megan, does not count. Austin, 1 vote Austin. Austin, that's 2 votes Austin. Next player voted out, Survivor, nowhere to hide. Austin, come up, we'll both play guys.
Megan and Emily's hidden immunity idols forced the target onto Austin and sent him home just short of the final 4.
It was a journey, fun journey. I'm a little sad, obviously. Make it to top 5 beyond what I thought I was going to do. So very happy with that.
With 4 players left in the game, players prepared for the most important immunity challenge of the season. Players had to be the first to stack 7 wooden blocks in a specified pattern using only their feet.
Maddie's struggling a little bit to get a footing. Matt out for a quick start. Not an easy challenge. Tall structure to build. Megan out to a lead here. Emily trying to catch up. She's got tied with Matt. Matt trailing behind. Megan's down with that block.
Megan was victorious in the immunity challenge, guaranteeing her spot in the final tribal council. But who amongst the other 3 would not be alongside her?
Me and Addie were talking about what a good game Matt has played, and I feel like
He
he's gonna
has
get a
like
lot of
this
respect.
underdog origin story.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
very impressive that he's still here.
Newcomer, he was a lone wolf the entire time.
He's on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then look,
Yeah,
we just killed each other.
and his name was thrown out there multiple times in multiple.
He's been written down
like,
multiple times.
Yeah, a lot, and so it's like,
I know.
but
Ladies?
ladies a lot.
Oh yeah.
Slap.
I guess I pitched to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it makes sense for you to take me. Matt has won immunity. Emily played an idol, and I literally have won no challenges by myself. I haven't found anything. I haven't made any big moves, so like I feel like you have good odds.
No, I really wanted to go Matt on this one. Like with all of this like immunity challenge wins and him like being on the bottom.
Yeah.
I feel like we can't let us in again.
Yeah. No,
Like
and
that just feels so silly.
and his game's different from yours and mine, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you and Emily go head to head,
Yeah,
like
that's
you've
my
done
only
the same thing
concern.
except you've done it better.
I'm just nervous because we were playing like so close together the whole
Yeah.
time.
So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I don't know, my concern because you have to consider every avenue,
right, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Like, total honesty, I feel good about Addie, sitting
Yeah.
next to Addie.
Yeah.
My concern with Emily is we played like kind of parallels,
Mm-hmm.
so I just have to be able to set myself apart.
Right.
And you've played a really good game, Matt.
Right. Right.
So like you have like such an underdog story, which
Right.
does make me nervous.
But I do think she's probably your most similar where you could split votes and lose votes.
Yeah.
And so the things that I would say to you are obviously she has that side of things where she could split some of your votes off.
Mm-hmm.
And then the thing that I worry about on Addie is I don't think she's done anything to create waves.
No.
So if the jury's like, we don't really like the other.
I know, like that's my main concern is like, what if they're super bitter?
Right. I mean, obviously, you know, I'd love to be sitting there
No,
next to
absolutely.
you,
I
but
really don't know yet. I have
Yeah.
to be honest.
No,
like, who I'm
I
gonna
get
vote
it.
for, I don't.
My pitch to Megan was I feel like I have played a lackluster game in comparison to pretty
pretty much everybody else sitting up here, I'm surprised I made it. I don't have much on my resume to compete with, so I said I think you've got a pretty good shot sitting next to me. So see if she likes that.
Matt, was your pitch similar to that? A little bit different?
It's a little different. I came at it from a standpoint of, I think you've got games up here that are similar to each other, and when you get down to the end, that can be problematic because you can lose votes that you think you've gained already. And so, I think that I think we've all played a good game to get to this point. You don't get here by accident. And so I think no matter who's in that final three, there's going to be a chance that it's not going to fall your way. And so you have to be calculated in kind of what the jury's thinking about who you're bringing with you and what that means not only for whose votes you're locking up, but also where their other votes are going.
It's a compelling point. If you take someone to that final three, if you go to the final tribal council and you've got too similar of a game to that person, it might split the votes amongst the jury. Megan, is that something that you're taking into account?
Oh, absolutely. I've taken everything into account, and I feel like it's a little stressful because it's all about who you take to the end that really decides. You can get there, that's great, but that doesn't mean anything. It's about who you're sitting next to, and I know that all too well, and it's haunting me, so I don't want to end up in the same position.
Matt has a really strong underdog story, a really strong lone wolf story. I feel like sitting next to him would be a mistake. And so I'm really hoping that Megan agrees.
A wing and a prayer.
All right, I'll read the votes. First vote, Emily. Matt. 1 vote Emily, 1 vote Matt. Matt. That's 2 votes Matt, 1 vote Emily, 1 vote left. Next player voted out, Survivor, nowhere to hide, Matt. Matt, sorry to say, tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Just ran out of gas at the very end. I knew I had to win the challenge to get through, that I wasn't going to be able to sway any of them. So they all played great games. It's been fun, it's been an awesome experience, everyone's been great. And hopefully no hard feelings out there.
With Matt, the 12th and final player voted out of the game, the 3 castaways that would take part in the final tribal council were set. Emily, who joined the right alliance at the right time and found an idol to secure her safety to the end of the game. Addie, the newcomer whose wits and tenacity shone through as she never backed down from a big move. And Megan, the returning favorite who dominated multiple facets of the game on the way to her 2nd straight final tribal council. Only one battle remained. These players now needed to pitch their case to the jury and vie for their votes to earn the cash prize and the title of sole survivor. The final 3 began with their opening statements.
Addie, let's start with you.
Alright, so my strategy coming into this game was kind of to just have self-awareness, know my strengths and weaknesses, and try to play to that. I know I'm good socially, I'm okay with puzzles and things sometimes, I'm not the most athletic person in the world. What can we do with that? So I really focused on the social game coming in, and I think we did a great job of it. I was the first person on the Calusa tribe to go on the individual journey and decide whether or not to risk my vote. I didn't risk it, and then you have the decision when you come back, what are you going to tell people? And I really wanted to set a precedent of honesty on the tribe. I also know I'm not a great liar, so I was like, I'm just going to tell them the truth and hope that we can kind of build that trust, so ultimately that helps us move forward as a tribe, and then whoever's left after that point still wants to work with me, and it worked. And something else I had been thinking of, you know, like from the beginning of the game is just being adaptable. You know, you can't expect that everyone you're aligned with is going to make it as far as you want them to. So once you find yourself in that position, how do you scramble? What do you do? And I feel like moving forward from there, I did a really good job of feeling out who I could and couldn't trust at each individual vote. Kind of just rolling with the punches and making things happen. Ultimately, I tried to set up my game so that no matter what happened, I would be in a position socially to make it here, whether I won an individual immunity challenge or not. And the fact that I'm here right now, I think, speaks to what a good approach that was, because I didn't win an individual immunity and I didn't need it.
From the beginning, I knew that my game had to be focused all on my choices. How was I going to get to the end? Because clearly what I'd been doing wasn't working before. I played a completely honest game my first 2 times, so I knew that I was going to have to lie a little bit to get here. But I did what I felt needed to be done to stay good with my alliances and to stay good at staying under the radar, to not be seen as a threat. That was the biggest worry I had during this whole thing, that I would do something to make myself be perceived as a threat. But then, during Brittany's tribal council, where she got voted out, I was looking up at this tree right here, wondering what to do. And sitting up there was a bag that had a real hidden immunity idol in it. And just sitting there, knowing that I couldn't let anyone else see me go for it. I waited until the rest of my tribe walked this way, and in that time, I hopped up on that stool, grabbed a hidden immunity idol, and knew I was ready for whenever I needed to use it, so that I could retain the trust of the people that I needed to. I know that people are going to think that me and Megan had similar games, but I think I've differentiated myself enough where you guys can see that not all the same choices were made.
I knew I wanted to come into this game playing a game that felt bold, and if I went out, you know what, at least I played a game I was proud of. And if I get to the end, amazing. I historically like to lead with my heart. I like to be a people pleaser. I like to take other people's feelings into account, and I made the conscious effort to prioritize me throughout this game. I had my alliances and I was thankful for my alliances, but when the time came to differentiate my game, I made those choices. And I took people out even when it hurt and even when I didn't want to. I didn't want to just sit there and wait for a name to get told to me. I wanted to be a person who was saying, this is who I want to go home, and this is why I think you should do it. And not really back down from that when they give me another answer, and not sway and be wishy-washy and say, oh, maybe. And you know, there's a time and place for that, and I definitely did that in the game. But I think I threw names out there and I took out some really big competitors in this game. I knew that I had to be comfortable with making people upset. And there's probably people over there right now that aren't pleased with me, and I get that. But I had to choose my game and sitting at the end if I wanted to win the game. Because if I just sit here and please all of you, that's not a very impressive game. So I made that choice, and I made people mad, and I hated it, but I did it, and I'm really proud of myself for that. And I'm very proud of the game that I played.
Adam, you're up.
Congrats to all 3 of you. You guys played great games. And this question is for all 3 of you. It'll be pretty short and sweet. Throughout the game, as you thought about your final 3s, who you wanted to take to the end, who was each of your ideal final 3?
I think for me it changed a lot. Because I knew I had Emily and I knew I had you, and I loved that final 3 because I loved that I had a really solid group of 3 and I had loyalty. And I then just had to realize if the 3 of us are sitting here, they're going to be like, wait, you all 3 did that, and you all 3 did that, and you all 3 did that, and then Adam, you're also strong in challenges and well-liked and not making people angry, and that scared me. So then I was like, who else do I feel comfortable sitting next to? I'm not sure about Austin because he won a couple, and I think I wanted to sit next to Addie. I wasn't sure about Matt, but then he started winning. So that was quickly a game changer. And I wanted to sit with these three, and I'm happy that I'm sitting here with them.
I was in a similar position where I kind of, like as I said earlier, my goal was just to be adaptable. You have to get here first. So, you know, at different points I had different preferences. You know, my goal was to take somebody from Calusa all the way to Final Four and then get rid of them because we would have played too similar of a game. It didn't go that way, and it didn't mess my game up, you know. And these two I'm happy to sit with as well. You know, when it came down to it, I thought Matt played a really different game from all three of us in a way that he could differentiate himself, and I did not want to sit next to that. These two, you know, I think they've both individually done a few things, but they really have played a similar game, and they needed each other to get here. I didn't need anybody. I made it happen by myself.
So I would say this is a very deserving Final Three. You guys all played different games, but you played really well. Newcomer to come in, it's impressive to make the Final Three. Emily to get voted out second the first two times you played. I think I said you played a really good game this time. And Megan, I think you played pretty close to a flawless game. You found an immunity idol. You won two critical immunity challenges. So my question is for Abby and Emily. As a jury member, it became pretty clear Megan was kind of running the game. Do you think you could have been more bold and maybe you voted her out earlier? Did you have a chance to? Why?
I think having the knowledge, because we had talked so much, that she had that immunity idol in her pocket, it very much had me conscious of if she feels nervous at all, she's gonna play it. Do I think Megan is running the game solely? I know that we all made the choices together. I know that all of us had our thoughts about each choice and who to vote out and everything. I don't think there was one sole person in charge. Sorry, you didn't question.
No, just do you think you could have been more bold and maybe made a play to vote her out? Because ultimately the game's about winning. And it's nice to make it to the final group. You want to win as well.
I think doing that bold choice would have gotten me voted out.
I had my eye on Megan from very early on in the game, as all of you did. You know, by the time we got to the merge, we're all playing our individual games. I wanted to get her out as soon as I could, but I just never had the numbers. I knew these two were loyal to stick together, which, you know, to me, I thought they'd want to split up potentially because they'd want to differentiate their games, but, you know, I knew it wasn't going to happen, so, you know, made other moves the best way I could.
This is a question for all three of you. What was your strategy coming into this game, and how did it have to change to get you where you are?
I mean, I spoke on this already. You know, I said I wanted to play an honest game. I wanted to be loyal, and I think I did do a really good job of that. You know, most of the people who I actually had, like all the Calusa people, Adam, like, I didn't write your names down, you know? So I did what I intended to do, but there also does come a point where you have to lie to people, and I think I actually did a really great job of that. Logan, Matt, and Austin, you guys can be the judge, but, you know, we came together in an unexpected way, and, you know, I tried to form connections with you guys to make you believe me. I lied to your faces, all three of you. I didn't plan to. I was really nervous about it, but, you know, it came to the point where, you know, you can't play an honest game the whole time. And I lied, and I think I did a good job of it because it got me here.
I'm a very loyal person at heart, and it was so hard for me when I realized, oh God, I can't be loyal this whole time. I'm gonna have to vote some people out that I don't want to, and I'm gonna have to lie to some people and tell them right to their face that, oh yes, we're gonna vote for this other person, when I needed to not be true to who I really am and not play an honest game and not play a loyal game were the times that I was able to win.
I came in wanting to play what almost like could be called a selfish game, and I knew I had to make that choice actively, and I think the whole time it just kind of kept working. I was able to be on the right side of the vote, and I was able to keep doing it. I was able to continue to prioritize myself the whole time, and I'm pretty proud of that. I knew what I wanted to do, and that's what I did. And I don't know if my strategy necessarily changed. I think I just kept getting really excited that, oh my God, this is still working. And I stayed on the course.
My final vote is for Addie. You adapted, and I probably know better than most people how much strategy you and I put into this game, so great game played, regardless of whether you win or not. Addie, you have my vote.
It's tough when you're married to one of the final three. Might be making my wife mad at me, but I think Megan played the best game. So, gotta do it. Gotta do it. I really hope I'm not the deciding vote.
All right. I'll read the votes. First vote, Addie. Megan. 1 vote Addie, 1 vote Megan. Addie. 2 votes Addie, 1 vote Megan. Megan. Tied. 2 and 2. 2 votes Addie, 2 votes Megan. Addie. That's 3 votes Addie. 2 votes Megan. Tied again. 3 votes Addie, 3 votes Megan. Addie. That's 4 votes Addie, 3 votes Megan. Megan. Tied. 4 apiece. 4 votes Addie, 4 votes Megan. Addie. 5 votes Addie, 4 votes Megan. Megan. We're tied again. 5 votes Addie, 5 votes Megan. Addie. That's 6 votes Addie, 5 votes Megan. 1 vote left. Megan. Wow. Tied. 6 and 6. Here is how a tiebreaker works. All of you have voted, except for one final person, Emily. The other final 3 contestant will make the deciding vote between Megan and Addie.
Wow.
Emily will give a moment to collect yourself and go in the vote. All right. Want to say, take one moment. Thank you all for being here. This is a wild, crazy journey. I said in season 2, but none of you should be willing to do this. But you all showed up. Thank you. I appreciate it. You were a great cast. This was a lot of fun. I hope you all had a lot of fun as well. And let's see how this journey concludes. One final vote by Emily for the winner of Survivor, Nowhere to Hide. Let's see who it is. The winner of Survivor, Nowhere to Hide, Megan.
Emily cast the final vote for Megan, the winner of Survivor, Nowhere to Hide.